You guys, we have such an exciting episode of Confessions of a Desi Drama Queen today. Guys, we have Rimsha and Sameen.
Oh my God, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm here.
We're here.
Welcome, guys.
The dream come true.
I know.
Fucking finally.
She was literally born for this.
Literally.
No,
she was like, I'm ready.
Somebody
asked
for this.
me.
And then pregnant you is unhinged.
Ask me anything.
Unhinged.
Yeah. I will tell you guys anything.
Yeah.
Guys,
you
this is
guys
so
don't want to
cute. Look at our
know.
little girl.
I know.
This is amazing. Thank you guys for having us.
Oh my God, we're
This is like a really
honored.
big deal. I'm like,
Yeah,
sweating
this is
right
like
now.
I know.
I'm going to tell your baby about this one. Yeah, I'm going to show
Just
you.
block out all the
Oh
cursing
yeah,
I'm
we'll
about to
do
do.
it. Well, yeah, for your kids
I know.
too.
Yeah. They were so excited. They're like, is that where you're going? I was like, yeah. She was like, can we listen to their podcast? I was like, I don't know about that.
She didn't say I don't know. She said absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's me. I told my dad the same thing.
Don't my dad. You're not a Disney drama queen.
Yeah.
You know, my
Drama
mom listens
queen.
to every episode,
I
and
mean,
I'm like,
different,
please-
I think.
no,
That's-
because she's like, Sana, I never say don't talk about anything. I'm so happy. You should say all the things, but you really don't need to swear that
Yeah.
much. And I'm like, Mom, stop listening.
I would literally die if my mom listened.
Yep.
She would
Yeah.
kill all of us. She'd
No,
call,
so I'm
she'd
auntie.
call all of us. Yeah, literally.
you
She'd be like,
doing?
Beta? I was
Yeah.
going to say, did we have proper introductions? Like, if people that don't know who the hell we are?
Hi guys. We are editing the episode and we're realizing that we didn't do any kind of intro for Rimsha and Sameen.
We just assumed you guys knew who they
We're
were.
like,
Our
are you
best
kidding?
friends in the world.
How could you not know?
obviously.
Of course they know. So Rimsha made a good point and was like, guys, we didn't do intros. And in the moment, we gaslit her. We were like,
Okay, we can't start over. We're
no, I
not
think
starting
we
over.
all cry.
She was right. We needed an intro.
And can you try an effect?
That's how we
We
feel
are
inside.
putting in work for a job that doesn't pay us.
I can do this.
I'm not saying another word. I swear. Rimsha has been. Are we recording? It's like, I know, whatever. Rimsha's been my best friend since I was like a high schooler. We've gone through so many phases of life together. Amna and her have gone through so many phases of life together. Rimsha has become a makeup artist. She's become an entrepreneur. She is an esthetician. She does social media. She's literally like that. Like we go on
does it
trips
all.
together. You know what I mean? She walks in the room. She knows how to get us in a room.
She's a
That
comedian.
woman. She's
so
woman.
funny. And then you have Sameen. She has 3 kids, dogs, pets, a husband, a home,
Beautiful
a business.
home, beautiful.
She's doing everything. She has a studio in her home. She is killing
She's the
it.
cutest kid.
The cutest, nicest
just-
kids. She's been doing makeup for like, I don't know,
Ever.
20
And she
years,
looks
15
25.
years.
So
Exactly.
you wouldn't even understand how the math isn't mathing. She's a vampire.
2 of them together have like, what, 30 years of experience or something
Literally,
crazy.
they work so well together. They did this masterclass together.
And now they're doing this with us together. You guys are going to see how funny and amazing they are in this episode, but we wanted to give them a proper introduction.
They deserved.
Yeah. Which, I don't know, it's questionable.
I don't know if we did that.
I don't know if we did
but
that.
I think you know that we love them.
Yeah. Which
And we hope that you guys love them. And they will definitely be back on.
yes.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Enjoy. There's no way we can have Confessions of a Desi Drama Queen without having confessions. So I have a confession for us today that I'm going to read to you guys. Okay.
I'm so excited.
I'm
Here
so
we go.
excited.
I've been a makeup artist for the past 9 years. I charge $500 for bridal makeup and around $250 for bridesmaids, but for regular party makeup, I charge $150.
Wait, slow down, dude.
Sorry.
For me.
My ADHD brain was like,
I was actually
I'm
trying
like,
to
okay.
do
she was doing the math. She was like, I was there. Rimsha felt it. Okay. So a few weeks ago, a lady had booked me for a party look makeup. She booked me at 10 a.m. I went there thinking I'd do a regular party makeup. I'd agreed on $150 with her. Excuse me, guys. So sorry, Luke. Okay. As I was there, some people came over. I assumed the relatives. At some point, it slips from a woman about the wedding, and I realized the woman I was doing makeup for was the bride.
Of course it was.
I was doing bridal makeup, but charging for simple party makeup. I was completely pissed about how she lied about the occasion, but I kept doing my job. After we were finished, she gave me $150, and I notified her that we were actually $350 short. She asked what I meant by that, and I said, I did a bridal makeup. You're the bride. That's what I charge for brides. She said we agreed on a simple party makeup and that I was basically ripping her off because I worked the same amount of time and used the same products that I'd use in a bridal makeup, so the title of the event shouldn't matter.
absolutely
I
matters.
told
I can
her.
feel the
I
steam
know.
coming out of there.
I feel like I'm the girl that ripped you off.
We're watching you. What?
I told her she doesn't get to dictate how I form my prices. She then refused to pay me at all, called me a scammer, and told me to get out. Before I left, her mom threw $200 in my face and told me to get lost. I was telling my friends what happened,
hell no.
and they all sided with the bride and said that unless I used more expensive products and did extra labor, then I'm not justified in charging her more.
No.
And since she requested party makeup, I should have just charged her that.
No.
Oh, she's getting so
First of all, she needs to drop those friends.
Yes,
Right.
Exactly.
Kill them.
Done. Move on.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Freaking frat.
Dude, that's crazy.
Okay, so then question. I guess, yeah, because if you're doing bridal makeup, but she lies, what do you guys do in that situation?
You know what?
My
I say
eyeliner's gonna
midway. So
accidentally
you know
slip
what?
all
I
over
will say what she did wrong was not telling her right then and there. Listen,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna charge for a bridal. I would definitely change that. Don't wait till the end, because now you've told her that. Listen, I know you're the bride, and this is what I'm gonna charge.
Yeah.
Don't wait till the end to tell her. That would be the only thing I would do
Yeah.
different. But she absolutely should be charging.
But
her
I can
full.
understand if she felt like, oh,
You
like,
didn't tell
I'm
me?
stuck
Yeah.
in this position
Situation.
now. like,
Yeah.
you know, because not everyone can speak up for themselves.
I know, yeah.
Like, you
I have
need
that
to learn
problem.
to speak up for yourself if you're going to be in this industry.
Yeah, I know.
Did you
And
guys have
then-
clients that have done that?
Yes.
In the beginning,
And
absolutely.
I've
the
done that
beginning.
too. That
No,
I've
I
just
was
not asked them.
When
Yeah.
Amna was telling me about this confession, I had like a fucking immediate
Yeah.
flashback to Rimsha, and I had clients one time. She was doing the makeup, I was
Okay.
doing the hair. It was two sisters. The entire time it's party makeup, but we're there. They're getting ready like brides. It's just us four in the room. They're getting ready like brides.
remember.
And we're like, oh, so like, what's the event? But then they're like, moms are calling
Yep.
them, their
What
husbands
the
are coming.
hell?
So like, we're looking at each other like, we know it's their
your
wedding
wedding.
event.
Yeah.
Then they change, and one's wearing red
Shut the
and
hell
one's
up.
wearing hot pink, and they're sisters. And till the end, you guys, we took pictures of them, videos of them. We went in the car. We didn't say anything to them. And then we sat in the car and we were like, that was their wedding.
Wait,
they
you
didn't
guys
ask
didn't
you
up your charge? Like, you didn't ask them to pay more?
They were so secretive, and we also didn't ask.
Because
That
you
was
guys
the
were new
thing.
too. That's what it was, right?
Yeah.
But I think we
were
tried
like,
to a couple times
yeah.
to be like, so what's the event?
Yeah.
They were good.
What
and
were they
just
saying?
like, oh, it's just a party.
Yeah.
Like, really vague. And we're like,
Wait, but the bride,
know-
were they desi?
of course.
Yeah.
Did the bride not ask for
There was no dupatta setting. I remember,
No, there
right?
wasn't. It was like florals
yeah.
in their hair.
It's the thing. I feel like
Yeah.
Muslims
Yeah.
do the
So
dupatta
I will
setting.
say that, you know, now with social media, people can't do that anymore.
That's
because you're
true.
bound to come across somebody's wedding pictures, like
Yeah.
from here or there.
But then what are you
Everyone
going to do?
knows
Message
everyone.
them 5 days later?
But
Saying,
I mean,
hey,
like,
give me my
it's-
$300?
No, I know, but it's harder for them to
Yeah.
lie to
Yeah,
begin
yeah,
with,
True.
as opposed to like back in the day, people could lie, you know.
Yeah.
So I do feel like
Yeah.
now it's a little bit harder. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's on social media. Even if you're very low key, you're bound to have somebody at your wedding who's gonna post that'll know
Yeah.
the makeup artist, you know.
And you know
That's
what?
true.
Like, the biggest thing that pissed me off was her stupid ass friends, first of all. But second, it does not matter what products you're
Yeah,
using.
it
like,
doesn't
You're
matter.
paying for my skill, for my
Exactly.
time, the time
Yeah.
that I spent learning this
at the
craft.
end of the day,
and the
this-
fact that I came to you.
And the fact that, you know, this is your price for bridal makeup, that's it.
Yeah.
Whether I do less or more, this is my price.
You don't
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
to debate
You don't get to
The
debate
debate of
somebody's
it is
price.
You're paying for the
insane.
event,
Exactly.
not the type of look that
No.
you want. I don't care.
Yeah. And since
That's
when in
crazy.
any other industry, any other vendor, since when does the client get to be like, well, I just think that I want the
Exactly.
I want
Yeah.
videography, but like birthday level videography,
Exactly.
but at my
No.
wedding.
Like, you
Exactly.
get charged for event.
Exactly.
The name of the event. That's it. you know?
Valid, valid.
Yeah.
Well, let's backtrack
Okay.
because we want to know. The people want to know. The people are dying.
The people
to know.
are
The people
wanting
are
to know.
dying to know.
Tell me.
How did you? What do they want to
What
know?
are they dying to know?
Rimsha's so funny.
I'm ready.
When we posted questions on our story, Rimsha was like, "Ask me the craziest
She's like,
stuff."
ask me unhinged
Get
stuff.
I have no
unhinged.
filter anymore.
I had to message her. I was like, do not say anything too crazy. I was like, do not do it.
We were at a birthday dinner the other day, and she said some and I just love it.
I know.
love
It's like the
love
pregnancy
it.
hormone.
And I love that you fucking let me.
You like
be.
it. I don't.
You guys,
And she eggs me on. She's like, yes, tell me.
She's like saying some crazy shit, and I'm like cackling in the corner. And then I'm like, wait, Rimsha, what happens if you give birth and you become really, really sweet and you're not
Yeah,
like this
that's
anymore?
what I say to her.
And then
I'm
you
like,
think,
Then I'll
need
become like
you.
Sameen.
No, I'm like, what if you regret later on? Like the hormones are gone and you're like, shit, why the fuck did I say this
I'll be
right?
fine. I'll be
But she's
fine.
saying the shit she means, but she's
Yeah.
just being like, don't fuck with me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine. I can get away with it
I'm
right
like,
now.
she's like,
I only have this much
I
time.
know everybody knows you guys recently did a masterclass. We're gonna get into all of that too.
Yes.
But where did you guys meet? Because like Rimsha
love
there's
this
this
story.
thing about Rim that she has like she's not a chameleon, she's who she is, but like when she's with someone, certain features of her start looking like that.
Yeah.
Like she starts becoming like
Yes.
like looking like them.
Shape
You know
shifter.
the amount of times we get asked if we're sisters?
No,
Us
100%.
too.
Yeah,
Yes.
literally.
I'm sure
Yes.
very soon.
No,
us
remember
too.
my Facebook always tags Rimsha as my cousin.
Oh, yeah,
I was like, who the hell does
Yep.
But literally, and you guys
Yep.
look like you give like your vibes are so
I
like
think that's
yin
what
and
it
yang.
is.
Get here.
I
This
love
is
this
Rimsha's
story.
favorite story to tell, so I will let her do that.
So I was, I used to have an eyelash brand, right? And I was selling all my eyelashes for the first time at iHeart Halal, this like convention center. And this girl walks in with her two, you had Zaina and Hiba at
I
the
had
time,
two
right?
little girls, yeah.
Like in her stroller, they're like crying and she's like just really frazzled. And I didn't know who you were, but I followed you at
Yep.
the time.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know this was SDK Makeup.
She actually really looked up to me.
I did. I
was
really
obsessed
did.
with me.
I don't know about that, but I looked up to her. So she comes and she buys like 10, 15 pairs of my lashes,
know.
which are all like 15, 20 bucks.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
remember that.
damn, this girl got money. So I'm like, hey, who are you?
You're rich.
And then she was like, oh, I'm SDK Makeup. Later on, I found that she had no friends and she was trying to buy
That's
my
what it was.
friendship.
Yeah.
That's
I was trying to buy her friendship by spending money. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because literally I was like, hey, let's hang out. Like,
Literally,
I'm
that was
coming
it.
over.
And I think that just literally hit it off. We
Yeah.
hung out shortly after.
I went
and
over her
It was
house,
it.
yeah.
And she chased me with a banana once.
Yeah.
Don't even ask.
Yes. Oh,
but
she has a phobia
I
of
have a
fruit.
phobia of fruit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so tell the people. So
I have a
Sameen's craziest fun fact.
Is that I am terrified of fruit. But literally, I kid you not, bananas have to be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
And this girl chased me around with a
did.
banana.
I didn't believe
once.
her. I was like, yeah,
She's
okay.
like, what are you
What
talking
happens,
about?
Sameen, with
I don't know.
fruit?
I get
What happened?
goosebumps. It is.
What did they do to you?
That's what I said. I was like, you have some
someone
childhood
show-
trauma.
You know what the weird thing is? I have a twin sister, and me and my twin sister both have the same phobia.
No
I swear. I googled it later in life. I was like, I gotta check this out. Like, this has to have some scientific
Yes,
background,
yes.
and it does.
And?
There's an actual thing called fructose phobia, and a bunch of people have it. Not a bunch, but like a small minority.
You and your twin sister? Yeah, you
Small
too.
minority have it. But and the weird part is that for all of them, banana is at the top of the list.
No way.
Yeah, it's something to do with texture and smell that doesn't sit well with me.
Wait, I mean, how do you feed your kids fruit?
Oh,
Are
my
your
God,
arms,
you
like,
guys are not
crumbling
ready
and
for
you're
it.
like, how do you
So
feed
I
them
have
fruit?
gotten so much better over. I feel like exposure therapy. That's what it's called. I have definitely tried it. Yeah, and I have gotten better. But when my kids were little, especially the girls, if I had to, I knew like they needed fruit in their life. Like, come on, you know. I would go to the store with gloves and a mask, and I would grab it like that. I would come home, put them outside the bathroom, feed it to them, and then just lift them up and put them in the bathtub and tell them to scrub themselves. Literally, that's how I fed them. Now that they're older, they're very neat. Like, they can do it themselves.
cat, you know?
You just leave them in there. You're like, there, put soap here. Disinfecting soap. Yeah.
Were you like crying the whole time?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't cry. I feel like I've gotten definitely better. But I remember as a child, me and my twin sister would have to call our mom and we'd be like, can you please tell us if there's any fruit open in the house? Every time
my
we'd come home
God.
from college, she would have to put the fruit away, and that's when we would enter the house.
No, literally for our master class,
Yep.
like, this girl wanted to bring banana pudding, and she said no at first. She was,
I was like,
sorry,
they
Rimsha, I
cannot be
can't.
banana.
She's like, you can't eat it, and the model can't eat it. If I smell it, the class is over.
Literally.
So I
yeah.
didn't eat it.
She didn't eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She ate it later. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I heard
so funny.
everyone's like, it was amazing. And I was like, I don't know.
You're like, I'm not eating this
that.
death crap, this hell, devil's food.
I told Sameen that that's my fun fact about her. I'm like, even if anyone
think
says
it's all of
anything
ours.
about you, I'm
Literally.
like, did you know Sameen doesn't, she's afraid of fruit? Did you know that?
No, but this is like serious.
It's so serious.
Wait, but if when you met Rimsha, you knew she was a makeup artist.
I knew she was a makeup artist. We both followed each other. I think.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
both followed each other, but we hadn't
Never
met
met,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we met the first time over there, and I was like, you know what? I got to be friends with this girl. I'll just buy her lashes.
So who was doing makeup the longest? Were you doing makeup first?
I was
Me?
doing.
Okay.
I'm older than her, so I was doing
Yeah.
makeup longer.
Okay.
So yeah.
So how did you start? How did you get into makeup?
Oh my God, how did I get started? You know what? I feel like I'm a very artistic person.
Okay.
And like just drawing and like colors and stuff was always interesting to me. I was never into studying, if I'm being very honest. I started on doing like ugly ass looks on myself.
How old were
but
you?
I thought it was amazing. Honestly, like I was 21.
Okay.
21, 22, yeah.
Okay.
I've been doing it for 14 years. So yeah,
Wow.
it was 21. And I just started doing it on myself and posting it. I didn't tell my family because I was like, you know what? I don't know if my dad's going to be like, all right, you're not, going to college for this. But then finally, back in the day, Instagram had just started. Like it was like, you get reposted by a big page or something and it was a big deal. Now it's not that big of a deal, right? But 14 years ago, it was a huge deal. And I remember Anastasia reached out to me and she was like, okay, I'm going to put you, send you my entire line.
Name at that
Name at that time.
Name.
Yeah, exactly. So she was like, I'm going to send you my entire line and can I do like a feature on you and this, that. It was a really nice email. And then I was like, fuck, somebody's going to see it in my family. I was like, and then at the same time, there was a magazine that I had been featured in. Oh. And it was a Desi magazine. And I had done like a runway makeup show or whatever, right? And then I was like, shit, somebody's going to hear this. Somebody's going to see it. I got to tell them
And
myself.
you're only doing makeup on yourself at this point?
No. I had started taking clients,
But
but here
didn't
and
your
there.
family see you like leaving with your kit and like?
No, you just completely made that. I do not remember ever saying that because I was in Chicago. How could and my family's in
your
Jersey.
family was in Jersey.
She
Okay.
just made up a whole version of that's something that never happened.
No, I'm saying, wouldn't your family see you leaving with your
No, I was married and my family was in
fucking
Jersey.
clarifying.
Okay,
I thought you were telling me.
Blaming me for what? Like, well, I was like, I didn't make up anything.
Okay, so you were married.
I
You were
was
in
married,
Chicago.
yes. That's
How
why I
long
was
had you
able
been
to-
married when you started?
When I got started, I had just gotten married at that
Okay,
time,
so
right?
you were in Chicago.
I was in
see.
Chicago,
Your family
yeah.
was
In Jersey.
Jersey. Okay.
So
okay,
then I
okay.
was like, you know what? Okay, I got to tell them. And I told my dad, and he handled it pretty well. I thought it was going to be so much worse, but it wasn't. Yeah.
What did your parents think you were going to do when you got married? Like, what was your plan originally?
He just anything in either accounting or something in the medical field.
Yeah.
Those were I
Something
feel like
stable.
something stable.
stable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, they see families.
And then they're like,
Just
she's
never
getting
me.
wild.
Yeah.
Like,
She's
gonna
hair and
do
makeup was
makeup?
at that time, it was like,
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal to do hair and makeup because it was like a
100%.
huge, you were taking a huge bet
Exactly.
on yourself.
Nowadays it's different. I feel like we know that this is
Or
an
a
amazing
lucrative
field,
field,
right?
yeah.
Back in the day it wasn't.
Oh,
so that's
yeah.
how I started. Yeah.
Okay. And did you have kids at the time?
I did not. No.
Okay,
Started
I didn't know
before.
that.
No, I was pregnant. Sorry. This is such a long time ago. I kind of
Yeah.
my memory short circuited.
Okay.
but
So once Anastasia sent you the kit, do you feel like after that everything just
I
took
was like,
off?
this is it. I can do this.
Yes, thank God
I can
for
do this.
Anastasia.
Yes, exactly.
That's
she
crazy.
definitely,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm about to
Also, wait. I want to say something. So you two met whatever that year was. I was doing hair and makeup, like we were doing it together and with people at the time. And I met you at this wedding that you were doing. You were doing this girl's wedding and we were in the room together. And maybe this will trigger your memory because we're doing the party hair and makeup in a dingy room, like one of the banquet halls with a really dingy lighting, dingy room. And we're over there and you're like trying to be super fast. And I was like, oh, I don't know how to do anything because you were like this, and I was like, oh my God, she's so but I didn't know you at all. So I was like, oh, we like introduced ourselves to each other, and then you said you've been doing it for like so many years.
Yeah.
And then somebody sits down to get hair done and you're like, what do you want? And they say like just curls or whatever, and you untie her bun and her hair, it was an auntie, and her hair was so thick and it literally fell to the floor.
Stop.
And you and I looked at each other like,
We're like, this is not gonna happen. What do I do?
and you were like sweating, like you put a workout in. You were like curling her hair. You were like working
Sometimes
so
like
hard.
you're like, how do I give this person what they want with what they have? You know?
And I came to help you because I was like,
Yeah.
she's gonna take an hour on this poor woman's hair. And you know, that's so bogus to be like, I want loose curls and you have the frizziest, longest hair. How do you want me to do that for
I
you?
can't.
For this
So you
much
did that.
money.
Yes, exactly. That too,
Yeah.
right?
And then I told Rims I had met you, and I was like, I think you guys would be really good friends. So actually, I'm the
So
reason.
you-
So you're the reason why we're friends.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She's had 2 weddings.
Thank you for
one
bringing
wedding.
this
She's like, oh yeah.
So I'll be very honest. I don't remember what happened yesterday. Like that's how bad my freaking memory is. I keep saying, I'm like, do I have like Alzheimer's? I'm not even kidding you because I forget everything.
Because you don't take your magnesium. You don't take your
But
vitamins.
also,
Yes,
you
you're-
have like 2 dogs,
That's true.
3 kids,
That
a
is true.
business. I had none of that. Don't know what I did yesterday.
You know,
like
yesterday I saw this reel where, and I sent it to another friend, that if you do this and this, it's good to like prevent Alzheimer's or dementia or something. And all night you can see me going like this. I gotta stop.
And then you'd be like, why was I doing this?
Definitely.
I don't even eat fruit.
She doesn't even drink water.
We don't need to.
Okay, so how did you get into makeup?
Okay, so I started makeup, well, professionally right out of high school. But for funsies, I started like in middle school, I want to say. Aww. Yeah, my parents would always be like, school jari ho ya fashion show jari ho? That was me. And I'd be like, shut up, dad, with my like blue ass eyeshadow. Yeah.
At least they let you walk out like that.
I mean, I didn't leave them any choice. I was like, I'm leaving the house.
She was also putting them through other shit.
Oh, yeah,
they were like,
bad.
I was never the
Literally, they were like, boyfriend, it's okay. You want to wear makeup? No problem. Like, that is the least of our worries. I was in high school. I started posting my makeup looks on Facebook just for fun. I was like, I was doing like rainbow eyeshadow and just fun, crazy things. And then when I started posting on Facebook, people started reaching out to me.
Okay.
And I didn't even know that was a thing at the time. I didn't know makeup artists did makeup on other people. I thought they just went to Sephora or MAC. So they were like, oh, hey, I have party makeup at this day. Come to my house. And I was like, wait, what? Like, people want me to do their makeup? I had talked to my mom about it and she was like, absolutely not. Like, I am not sending you to so-and-so's house. You're freaking 16 years old.
Oh my God, you were so young.
Yeah. So I had to fight for it. Then after I graduated high school, my mom was like, okay, fine. But she was like, I'm coming with you. Remember? It was such a big deal. They did not want me
so your
doing
mom
it.
would come with you?
No, dude, I was like, Mom, I'll send you the address. I'll give you their phone number. Like, she would talk to them before I would go.
Oh,
so then she
would
would
think about it. Like,
that's so cute.
I would do the same, I think.
At the time,
You didn't ask like if your daughter at 16
I would not let her go in somebody's house.
Right.
I'm being very honest.
They were like, who are these people?
Who are these people that you're
right?
reaching out to you on the internet?
Exactly.
As a 1-year-old is pretty shady.
So my mom was like, I need to know exactly when you're going, when you're coming back. I need to talk to them. And I was just like,
that point you're done with your parents. You're like, I don't want them everywhere.
You're like,
you know?
have my
But then that's just literally how I started, and it kind of just took off from there.
Oh my God.
But at the time, then I went to college. I was doing fucking pre-med like everybody else, failing all my classes. Miserable.
She went through the
God.
with pre-med.
No, it was
Oh
horrible.
my
It was
God.
horrible.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I failed like 4 times. Thought I was still gonna make it.
I failed every
was like,
single
I'm still
science
going.
class once. Gen Chem 1, Gen Chem 2, Orgo 2.
Same. I made a 5 on my chemistry exam, and I was like, I'm going to med school. Everybody watch out. I'm going to med school.
I'm coming.
I remember my first college counselor, after my first semester was like, I don't think you're going to med school. And I was like, how could you say that to me?
Yeah.
And she was probably like, do you like science? No. Do you No.
Yeah.
Do you like to study? No. Do you want to give up your weekends? No.
Yeah, literally.
And I'm like, Sana, she's a liar. She doesn't know anything. You're going to be the best heart surgeon in the world.
I did an internship actually at a research clinic, and like I would go there and I would fucking fall asleep, dude. Like the boss would be talking and my eyes would be like rolling in the back.
That was
and
not the life
The
for
other
you.
people would be like, yes. And I was like, I just don't understand. And one day he got so mad at me. He yelled at me. He's like, why are you here? You're wasting my time. You literally do nothing for me. Like, what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, I'm going to be a doctor. And he's like, no, you're not. Like this, you're literally falling asleep as I'm talking to you. No, you're not. And I was like, you can't tell me that. Like, that's rude. You don't know what I've been through. And he's like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to be a doctor. And he's like, no, what do you want to do? And I was like, I guess I'll get my master's. And he's like, where the fuck did the master's
In science and medicine.
whatever the one step down.
No, literally, you want to do. And then I quit that day. And I was like, fuck you, bro. Like, you can't tell me what I want to do. And then 1 year later, I'm like slowly doing just makeup only.
Yeah. Do you ever think about that guy?
All the time. I want to email him. Thank you
You
so
are
much.
so right.
No,
Thank you.
literally.
Do you guys feel like starting makeup back then was easier or starting makeup now is easier?
I think
starting makeup now is easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
But getting your foot in might be a little bit harder because
gonna
of
say
so many people have so many options, right?
Yeah.
For makeup.
Saturated in
It's
Chicago.
saturated.
We're
Yeah,
all in
exactly.
Chicago, so it's pretty
so you do have to, I feel like, work a little bit harder to get your name out. But it's easier in the sense like it's more acceptable and it's like people encourage you a lot more. Like, so I feel like that's what I think.
So true.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, because obviously I'm the only one here that does not do makeup and does not do hair. I was so stressed getting ready this morning. I was like,
I remember I was like harassing for a while. Like, I'm not just start makeup and hair with me. Come on.
I know. I should have just come with. I should have come with, but I was so scared. But even this morning, I was like, I cannot not blend my blush. Like they're gonna see it.
No, you do a good job.
I'm doing great. You guys know myself. I remember anytime you would go do hair and makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
All of us, even today, we're like, dude, you guys are like this is like drug money. You guys are waking up at like 3 a.m., driving who knows where, coming back with like stacks of cash, and then doing it again the next day. And I was like, what? So I say
living on caffeine,
literally,
and money, and buying lashes. My God, and lashes.
We were like literally summertime would be like a high.
Crazy.
No.
Yeah,
you're just working.
It was like your season.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, and even now, I'm like, I feel like as a girl, especially, what more could you ask for? You're doing someone's hair and makeup.
You make your
You're
own
good
schedule.
at people's hair and makeup. Although it sucks for you guys because I know for Sana especially, you're always the people we go to where we're like, can you fix that?
You know, I hate that.
Can you fix my eyeliner?
Also, I think it's so sweet, but like we will literally be at anybody's wedding. Like it'll be like I've been at weddings that are like my husband's friend's wedding who he knows the groom. And I'm on stage with the bride, like, let me fix this
for you.
And it's such an honor. I love it.
Like, okay,
I like it. It's like both because I come from a family like my sisters cannot do any makeup. Like one of my sisters can't even put on mascara properly, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh my God. You have to do
We do both have a lot of sisters,
events,
right?
Yeah,
we're
five sisters.
We both
Both of you have 5 sisters?
Yep.
Wait, I didn't know that about
We're
you
5
too.
sisters.
Oh
yeah.
my God. And are you the no, because
I'm
I
the
know your
youngest.
sisters, but are you the only one who knows
I'm
how
the
to do
young.
makeup?
Oh yeah, me and my twin sister. We do know how to. So usually we're the crew. Like at any event, we're like, all right, we'll do it for you. We'll do the hair. We'll curl this. And then at the end, you're rushing to get yourself ready. So
and they're yelling at you like, hurry up, you're taking so long.
Like,
oh my God,
I was doing your makeup.
And then you guys are always the last to do your own.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, I miss my sister's nikah. Because like my twin sister's nikah, because I was getting her ready and then other people came in and they're like, can you do this? And I was like, fine, I'm doing everyone else. And then the bride had to leave, which was my twin sister.
Oh, hell no.
I know. And then I walked in later because I had to get ready. And then I was like, I freaking missed the nikah. Like I missed the part that, I was so annoyed.
Wait, do you guys like tell people now, like, we're not doing this? Like, I can't.
I'll still do it, but not like full makeup anymore.
No, for my cousin's wedding, I had done her makeup and hair and everything like that. And everyone left without me. And I was like, only one of my cousins stayed because I couldn't drive myself. And the whole time they're calling me, where are you, get over here. And I'm like, dude, like I gotta have no time to get myself ready. So I'm getting ready in the car. After that, for the next wedding, I said no. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing anyone else's makeup. Like, I want to enjoy my cousin's wedding too.
Exactly. You want to look cute and feel good. Just let me backtrack real quick. That like Rimsha and Sameen do makeup. They are entrepreneurs. They do a bunch of other shit too. But makeup is something they do full time, and they're like fucking top dog in Chicago. I have been doing hair and makeup, and then like pulled back to mostly hair. But I've been doing it with them, or mostly Rimsha and I did it together for like a few years. Then I moved to Tennessee and then I came back. So now I'll do it here and there. But there were summers that Rimsha and I were doing it like back to back the whole summer together. Now I don't do it as much. And I mean, you guys were, that's something that I really, really admire is you guys never fell off ever. Like doing clients is labor.
It is labor, 100%.
And
I don't have the same. I feel like my back is done. Yeah, I can't travel anymore. Like, don't even tell me to lift anything. She has no muscles. I feel like she can't lift it.
I can't do any of
she
it.
literally will come to me and she's like, I can't pick up the chair. Like I'm like,
one time for I Heart Halal, I was like organizing boxes. It was 2 boxes. Okay,
it was not that many boxes.
I had to
it was
organize
not
2 boxes of lashes, and I'm sobbing, crying, saying I can't pick this up. Sameen drove 30 minutes to pick up the boxes to put it in my trunk.
Yeah,
and she was like, "This is it." Yeah.
So how was that for you guys when you were doing?
You would carry all my shit for me too.
I would. No, actually, I would. I'd be like, let's.
She would carry my.
How did we all meet? So I told everybody how you and I met.
Okay.
How did we'll do how you and I met.
Okay,
and then
so I met. Well, obviously this is my cousin. So
that's where that goes.
I met Rimsha through Sana and through Abdus because you're best friends with my cousin and my husband, and then I met Sameen through
Rimsha.
And you did my makeup for Sana's wedding.
Remember.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I remember.
So Sameen did my makeup for the mehndi.
Yep.
And you did my makeup for Sana's reception day.
Yes.
Yep.
And to date, one of my favorite.
I was like, this girl has such good skin, mashallah.
And I remember that.
Her face,
Yeah.
I
was like, this is so comes out so good.
Yes.
Like the highlighter was glowing. I was like, that doesn't happen to my skin.
Yeah,
You know, like when
I know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
we were looking back at our podcast video, by the way, and I was like, dude, sometimes that lighting be doing us so dirty. Not your fault, Luke, just like my skin's fault.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, damn, my texture's always showing. And she goes, I know.
And I'm like, shut up,
girl.
I was like,
it's
Wow, I did not know this was an intervention, but also the best day of my life.
I remember when I was doing your eyes, I was like, I can go crazy.
Yep.
So much eyelid
So
space.
much eyelid space.
One, I love you guys so much. I want us to stay here forever. I love you. Two, I always tell all my makeup artists, I said it to Sameen, I said it to you, I'm like, you drag. Go crazy.
I remember her
you
sitting
saying
in my
that.
chair and saying that. She's like, do whatever you want.
Do
And I was like,
whatever you
okay.
want. Even my mehndi day, because I did a trial for my wedding, but my mehndi day, I was like, whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
I
Oh my God.
you did.
You're like the best type of client.
Yeah.
ever.
And I feel
literally.
like that's when the makeup comes out truly
Yes.
good, by the
That's
way.
a good
When
tip.
clients
If
like
you're a
that.
bride, if you're someone getting your hair and makeup done, listen to that.
Yes.
If
Yeah,
you just
just
trust
I don't
the
mind
artist,
a little bit of direction. Like,
Yeah,
I don't like
valid.
this on my face or I don't like
Yeah.
that. But don't nitpick every little thing because then it's your look. It's not ours.
The
It's not our
day
work.
I told
Yeah.
on my mehndi, the day that I told the makeup artist to do whatever, I had done a trial for the reception, but that day was the day I got the most compliments, more than any other event. So ever since then, I'm like, okay, I'm
this is
picking
it.
the artist because I like their work.
Exactly.
So just do what I'm
Yeah.
not the artist. I don't know what
Yeah,
I'm doing.
do what I
Like,
chose you to do.
Yeah.
like, and I'll tell people like I talk about my nose a lot. I'm like, okay, it's unsymmetrical, or
Yeah,
like, okay, go
stuff like that is
heavy.
different.
I just like heavy makeup,
Right.
But and when I do not heavy makeup, it just looks like I'm sick.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you guys both did my makeup for Sana's, and I feel
love
like
that
since
look.
then,
Yeah.
Freaking
But
love
do you
that.
guys feel like when you're sitting in an artist's chair, like I don't know, when was the
I
last
have
time
never
you said,
got my makeup done. Please do it.
Wait,
I'm
that's
scared.
great.
You can do my hair. You can do my
scared to do your
makeup.
wait, you guys have never done each other's.
She's
makeup?
done
I've done
mine,
hers.
and I was
Okay.
the worst client.
She's the worst client.
The worst
Why?
client.
Tell me everything.
I know you not talking. Sana's nails literally will pierce your
Dude,
scalp.
she's the worst client.
Horrible.
Rimsha's Nikah day, I did her hair, and then we did her hair together, Sameen and I, for
I
her
remember
wedding
that
day.
day.
And Sameen was pregnant.
I was throwing
She was
up.
pregnant and throwing up.
Still did your makeup.
Yes,
Yeah,
and she
but thank God you were there.
She would go throw up, and then she would come back and keep doing it.
And I was like, I gotta
And
go
we're
back, and I would go through
Yeah.
multiple times.
You are a soldier.
She's like,
I was like, I cannot let this person down on her wedding day. I was like,
And even though I was like, I have Sana, it's
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
It's okay.
I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh my God.
drink some water, bitch. She's like, no, I'm good. But I did her hair for her Nikah day, and you know, she had like a bun, and it was like a big hairdo, and every freaking pin.
I know.
I was like, it was like nails to a chalkboard, right? She's like,
every time. Yeah.
I just need.
I remember I
Everyone,
did
please
her.
hire Sana to do your hair. She'll do an amazing job, but your fucking scalp is gonna rip
No,
open.
it is not that bad because I remember doing her hair for the Jasmine look that we did, and that hair did not hurt you.
I
but
have a sensitive
she just-
scalp.
that's
What do you
all she
want me to
kept saying.
do?
My scalp is so like it's like you're like shut the hell up. Let me do what I'm doing.
But I also feel like for my wedding day, like the artist that did my makeup for both days, I was annoying as shit.
Yeah, so
I was like,
maybe-
listen, I'm gonna do my own brows. I'm gonna do I brought my
Stop.
own lip products. I brought my own.
I would
we had to
never
be,
do
like,
that.
Lashes. I was like, I will not wear them. She's like, the look won't be complete. I was like, I will not wear them.
Did
I'm
you wear
not
them or
wearing
no?
I did. I called Rimsha. I was like, please help me. Like, help me.
Yeah.
And Rimsha came and she was like, she's not wearing. She doesn't do them. And I was like, see. And then she let me wear like really light
Stop.
ones.
I loved your wedding look, by the way.
the wedding look was amazing.
It was
But you
amazing.
guys do makeup, so you know what fits your
Yes.
face.
Yeah.
Because I don't do makeup, I'm
Yeah.
like, you're the professional.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's how I would be. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding you. I would be such an easygoing. Please do my makeup.
Yeah.
I'm
We
so
need to see
scared.
this.
Do it.
You.
What if
I
you're like
knew
you're
it.
like the worst makeup artist?
I
in the
would
world?
never
Like, you
say
fucking
that. I'm
suck.
telling you, I would just sit and I'll be
Okay.
like, do whatever.
All right, I'll
Yeah,
do
because
it.
I've never
I
had anyone
actually
do it.
think she would be so shocked at how much she likes what you do for her.
I know because our styles are very similar.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
I think that whatever you would do,
Fine, I'm
I would
ready.
like,
I'll
okay,
do
do
it.
it. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Do you
I'm so
guys feel like,
excited.
well, when your friends do something
Yeah.
that you're actually like, oh my God, that was so good.
Yes.
You're like extra proud. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm
like,
sitting here like, look at who I am. these are my friends. They're
like
the best.
you know they're good, but when they do it on you, you're like, damn.
Wow. Yeah. They really do know what they're
and
doing.
it's more fun because like even when I was getting my mehndi, I think that was like the first time we really like. I'm saying we hung out.
I know.
My makeup,
yep.
but we hung out and it was so fun.
I know.
I loved your
my kids coming in again and again.
Your kids are the best. Your dogs are great.
God, thank
and
you.
like Rimsha's doing my makeup the next day and she's like plucking my eyebrows. I'm like, do whatever you want to them. I don't care. Take them off. I don't care. So it's just so much more fun.
Yeah,
and
I know.
you did my engagement, Mandy. Shadi. Like I just
amazing.
Like
you know
my
what?
crew.
The like you're saying, okay, like who like our actual bridal looks and then helping each other out and stuff, but also that same point of like when you're, because I remember for Rimsha's makeup for your events, like when you're the one helping and doing everything, you're like the most stressed at the end, the most like fuck, and then they're gonna be mad at me and then
if it's not good,
I'm gonna miss it. And
you know, that's another reason why I don't want to do makeup for like family events, because what if they don't like it and then I gotta see them at the wedding?
Yeah.
Like no,
Or they say something,
or they're too comfortable
They're too
to be like, fix this,
or
fix
they
that,
like
this.
it, but you're seeing something you know you could have done better.
Yeah.
That is the death of
true.
me.
That is
the
okay. But when you were doing my makeup, somebody was in the room and she did, I think, like a purple eye, but she wanted like a hot pink or a bright lip. And you were like,
I'm glad I said it.
I think you should do like a nude. And I'm like in the corner like this, like, and she's like, no, I really want to do a hot pink. I really want to do it. I don't know if you ended up, I think you
was
did.
it somebody with you or just
No,
a random
it was
person?
somebody else that was there.
I don't remember.
I don't
but
remember who
that
it
has
was.
happened.
So many years.
That
So what do you
happens,
do?
yeah.
I think in that moment you took it pinker. You met her in the middle, and then you were like, "You can add more if you want, but this is what I'm doing.
This is where I draw
This is where I draw the line."
Like the hot pinks with the purple is not
I was
gonna go.
sweating.
Yeah.
I was like, no, she should really do the nude. Like, no, she should really listen to her. Even on my engagement, that was the first time that, because we had like known each other, but we didn't like know each other.
Yeah.
And I remember all I needed was I had a nose pin like in the little nut, and I couldn't find one. And literally, like an angel came out with smoke, and she was like, "I have one in my purse." Yeah, and I was like, "What?" I remember that to this day. That I'm like, you just in your purse had like jewelry. You're like, "I have the pin. I have this. You need an extra one. I have that." And I was like, "Okay,
Stop it.
yeah." And I
was like, yes, I did something good for a bride.
I was like, wow,
we're gonna be friends
That's
forever.
such a good feeling, though. I do like that.
I have been able to do, besides you, and you got married way before I knew you, all of my closest friends, like wedding, makeup, something.
Except for
something with their wedding day. You got married before I knew.
But you can do.
We need something to do.
your
anniversary.
anniversary.
I'm scared.
Something.
I'll do it.
So now we'll do how Rimsha and I met.
Yes.
Do you remember this story, or I know this story
I ask
very
you
well?
once
I
a
know
year,
it.
And you forget it every
I literally ask her once a year. She tells me every time, and I forget.
So let's just be clear.
You should also do
Sameen's story is your favorite story, but my story,
I'm sorry,
you don't even
Sana.
remember. Okay,
It's
so
because she thinks of you as a sister. Right?
It's because she spent money on me.
That's true. You should have bought the lashes.
the lashes, dude. So we met when Rimsha was in. This is why she probably also doesn't remember. She was in 8th grade.
Okay, yeah. I don't remember anything in 8th grade.
Yeah, she was in 8th grade, and we had like mutual. Her and her sister were best friends with two of our friends, Bubbly and Guria. Shout out Bubbly and Guria. Who she was at their house, and I was friends with Bubbly and Guria, so I was going to go to their house, and they had a pool outside.
Pool story?
And I had we all had Facebook at this time, so all the girls were like Facebook, like friendship dating. You're like, hi, how are like that's how all the girls would talk to each other.
And I had never met Sana, but everyone knew about Sana.
Yeah.
Sana Mehman was the most popular person. I'm like, who the F is this Sana
Because
Mehman?
I just was boy crazy, dude. Really? I would just, any school, I would be like, hey, like I was just boy crazy. So everybody was like,
that girl.
Yeah, literally. I had gone to like 6 different schools. So 2 of the schools I went to was in that area. So everyone she went to like middle school and high school
Why did you go to 6 different schools?
We moved around a lot. So like I knew a lot of people from their school, but I didn't know her.
Okay.
So then I come to their house, and all of them had gone to like get food or shopping or something. Rimsha stayed back, and she was texting me like, oh, I'm here, just walk in, I'm by the pool. So I'm 2 years older than her. So I think I'm like a freshman or a sophomore. And I walk in, I go to the pool, and she's sitting there. And you guys, if you know Rimsha from 8th grade, you'll die and love this. She had bangs that started here, like from one side of her forehead, that went across
I saw
the
a
other side.
picture.
And
I was like, what were you thinking?
She was like emo dream.
Like that's my that was
liner,
my
I remember.
Instagram.
Yeah.
That's
She's
my
like
dream.
an
I'm telling you,
Tumblr
everyone
girl.
wanted that hair.
No.
I wanted that hair.
Back in the day, they
eyeliner, and she had like a white big
I was a
t-shirt
skater
on
boy.
and a bathing suit on underneath. She's sitting there kicking her legs, and I walk. She didn't even turn around. I come sit by her. I'm like, hi. She goes, hey.
You were that emo?
Oh, I was depressed all the time.
I was like, so like, and at that era of our lives, I mean, this is still true, but especially then, I was like, hey,
Oh
my God.
energetic,
You're
preppy,
so
girly
happy.
girl.
Yeah, so
Mashallah.
I'm actually mad all the time, but when I'm with other people, I'm happy. But
Like
like,
you wanted Rimsha to be your friend, or you were just
did.
being nice?
I did. No, I wanted to be friends with her. I do that a lot. I'm like, I want to be friends with
This is the person.
you guys do that?
Now I do. I feel
know what I
like
mean?
now I do.
Is that toxic?
No, it's not toxic, but it's a good
I
thing.
love
Yeah.
that. I think it's a good
I like
thing.
that.
Yeah.
You need to have somebody, because if it was
Actually,
up to
I don't
me,
do that.
I would never make new friendships.
Yeah,
Like, I'm such a blah person. I'm like, all
I
right.
like the people like Sana that
Yeah,
come to me.
exactly. I like it when you come.
I literally,
too
I
scared.
treat it like
Yeah.
a challenge. Maybe because I'm married now, and I'm like, I can't do that with a guy. So now I'm like, let me just.
I love that.
But you
I get that
also
women.
have that energy.
You
that
have
if
that
you were
energy.
to approach somebody,
This
like
is
it's
my
so-
dream too now. Let's do that. Like, they're the guests. They're like gassing us. So I met her then, and we were so opposite through our whole life. Like we're so different and like this, and then there's something in between that keeps us really connected, but we're so different.
The something in between was that because you were 2 years older than me, everything I was going through, you had gone through it.
And
you're
I
like,
love
let me
being the
ask
wiser bitch.
Yeah, I'd be like texting her at 3 a.m. Sana, I think I have bipolar disorder. I took all the exams and they all said this. And she's like, no, what's going on is this. I went through it 2 years ago, trust me.
What's going on? You were not allowed to go to the party. You had to take a drunk.
Yeah,
It's okay.
And you need to get off of Google.
Google, stop it.
When you met your now husband Musa, it was the first time she had met someone that she was like, she had finally like found in a partner, like what she would hear me talk about every day, and she would be like, "Oh, I see this in this person," and I'm like, "Yes, you finally you have that."
And before that, I was like, no, I was just the person that I was with before. Sana would always be like, she'd always be like, but is this
Not
what you
this
want?
one.
And I'd be like,
when we would do clients, and I'd be like, "Do you like him?"
Is this also when you were going to med school?
Oh yeah. Yes,
yes, that is
going
when
to
I,
med school.
yeah, when I was
there's a
going to
different
marry
era.
the person I thought I was going to marry. Yeah, she would
all
always
there.
just be like, do you know what a relationship should be like?
Not relationship.
And I was like, well, he has money, he has his master's, good family. And she's like, but do you like him? And I'm like,
Do I need to
She's like, "What is like?"
literally, I was like, there's no such thing as love, Sana. You grow out of
Stop it.
Yeah, literally.
At that age, though.
That's the thing. She was really young when she was like jaded and
Well, my
fucking sick of
parents
people.
taught me that, right? They were like, you need to have a good education, a good family.
But also,
There's
that
no
age,
such
you
thing
want
as-
love, right?
I didn't know
She's
that.
not an
True.
emotional bitch. She was just like,
That's true.
And actually, I feel like when emotional guys would like you, you'd be like fucking ignorant.
Yeah, I needed like the toxic, like.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Toxic
Now we have
masculinity,
Musa.
then we have
And now
Musa.
you're having a baby. You're having a baby.
A baby with my baby.
This is fucking flying. Let's go into rapid fire. So we asked people on Instagram to ask us questions about you guys. And we got great questions, and people do know who you two are and do want to know everything about you. So before we do the rapid fire, just a little bit about you guys and like how you got to your masterclass.
Masterclass. You
get
guys
to the
just did a masterclass. Crazy. It was so successful, so good. We learned so much.
Okay,
You
yeah,
guys
now we
nailed
can
it.
gas you up because
Yes.
as attendees of your masterclass, we knew that you guys were doing it and we're friends with you guys.
Yep.
But being in the audience was everything.
best.
You guys,
I'm gonna cry.
it was like
I know.
they had this beautiful setup. It was a beautiful venue. They made it a whole event. They had food,
you.
dessert, jewelry, makeup, skincare. They had goodies. They had notebooks and
Notebooks
everything
and
for everyone.
pens. You guys thought of
really thought
All
of
the
it.
girls
Yeah.
came in their like best outfits, best
know.
vibes.
I
and
loved
then
it.
Yeah.
The class was phenomenal. You taught every part of the look from like eyes down, base, everything. all of us were taking notes.
We took actual notes. You guys.
I was wondering. I was like, why are they taking
same.
notes?
No,
I took
I was
notes.
like, she knows.
Yeah.
No, dude, the things
I
you
took
guys.
notes. It was so good, so helpful. It was my first masterclass. I felt like, remember when Dress Your Face would do master? Like,
Yes.
you were like the first person I knew that did masterclasses.
Yep.
So I was like, wow.
And you pregnant and you with kids, and you guys had a station where people were doing like just like their reactions. It was like documentary style video. Like it was
such a team effort.
And
Yeah.
the vibes and the
Amazing.
girls that were there were so in it. They were so like it was such
It was
positive.
a great crowd.
It was a great crowd.
Such a great crowd.
Something that you guys did in your masterclass is you guys started the class with like giving fun facts about yourself.
Yeah, I
and
know.
then
It was more interactive this way. Yeah.
Yes, and then
Samina
you
actually
gave,
did not want to do
I did
that.
really.
She was like,
I
what
was
if they're
like,
really shy?
Yeah, because I would be.
I get that.
If I go to an event and somebody randomly tell me a fact about yourself, I'd be like, why the hell am I being singled out? Like, move over. I don't want to do this. So I was like, Rimsha, we shouldn't. She's like, no, it's gonna get people to loosen up. And I was like, fine, I'll think of something. All right, I don't like fruits. Like,
you don't even have to think that hard.
I was like, that's it. That's what
it came to me. Right?
Wait. So what they did was they went around and had every person that is attending the class give some fact about themselves, and it was all women. So
I know, I
it was
loved it.
so nice. The vibes, like literally in the room, everyone was like,
I know. I was like, this is so sweet. I loved
everyone's
it.
like saying how excited they are and that they're moms or they're entrepreneurs
I
or
know.
scientists or this or that. And
It was
then
amazing.
Amna and I happened to be last, mind you.
Last.
So this is funny for you guys because we're about to be last. Obviously, we have this podcast, right? We've been talking to everybody at the event about it, blah, blah, blah. So Amna, while it's like midway, Amna looks at me and she's like, what are you going to say? And I'm like,
God,
I don't know. I'll figure it out. Not because I wasn't going to say the podcast. You guys, the whole time I was practicing my joke. I was like, I'm going to say it like, haha. I don't even know Rimsha. Like, I'm like, okay, so should I say it? Should I not? So I'm practicing my joke and then I'm going to be like, whatever, we have a podcast.
I'm counting.
So I'm like, I'm busy, Amna. Like, let me practice.
And I'm counting who's coming. So I'm like,
Oh my
Sana will
God,
be
stop.
first.
Oh my
She'll say the
gosh.
podcast.
Then what are you gonna say?
So
She
that's
felt
why I
better
was
about that.
asking.
She's like,
I
Sana will
was
say
like,
the podcast, then I'll join in for
I'll
the podcast.
say I am also doing the podcast, Sana,
Okay.
and then I'll think of something funny.
Yeah.
But then I'm noticing that the way we're going, it's coming
You
to me
first.
and I was like, my brain went
so you-
blank.
she
went knees,
Because I was like, what?
palms sweaty.
I was like, come on, I'm not like, what?
No, it gets to me and they're like, say something interesting. And I was like, not much.
She's like, hi, I'm Amna. And no, this is what you say. You're like, I don't really have a fun fact.
Yeah.
I
then
look
Sana-
over at her and I'm like,
everybody
bitch.
around me's like, say the podcast.
Yeah.
like, what?
I was
Why
like,
would you not?
And I was like, I have a podcast with my cousin, and Sana's like,
I literally said, you
glaring.
bitch.
yeah. And then it gets to Sana, and she's like, hell, she might as well have stood up. She's like, hello, everybody. I'm best friends with Rimsha and Sameen.
No, she said, I don't even know her.
I put my
she
jokes.
did her
I did my
joke.
bit.
She did
I
the
was like,
joke.
everyone's gonna, like I
People
had.
laugh. She's like, I have a podcast with my cousin here. As I'm like sweating, I'm red. I'm like, oh my god.
I asked her mid class. I'm like, are you still thinking about it? She's like, Sana.
I can't talk about it right now. Like I've been thinking about it. I'm trying to focus on the eyes, but I can't stop thinking about it.
But
it
anyways,
was so
back
fun.
to the class. It was phenomenal.
good.
How do you guys feel that it's done? Are you gonna do more? You better
for
fucking
sure.
do more.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to make it a
we want to
yearly
make it a
thing.
thing for sure.
Okay.
And we have so many other ideas on how to make it even better. This was the first one, and we needed to do something that was okay to do with Rimsha being pregnant too.
Yeah.
So like we want to do more interactive ones, like something that's people can practice as they go.
Exactly.
Like
where students can bring their makeup kits
Exactly.
or have a model and do it on the model or do
this
it on
time it just didn't make
themselves.
sense. First, we wanted to keep the cost low for everyone, and second of all, we wanted Rimsha not to be walking around the room checking everyone's work or whatever.
or like having to bend. And
Yeah,
stuff like that.
so we just kept it as the lecture.
That was a great idea for your first one too, because then you could try everything out
Exactly.
together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get the nervousness out. Which,
which honestly,
There
went
was
away,
none on our end. It didn't seem like there was any nervousness.
There was a lot.
As
I mean, it was like
friends
texting me like I
even.
have nervous shits. I don't know. What to do.
Literally, I couldn't come out of the bathroom. I was like, what the fuck did I sign up for? Why did I listen to her? This happens every time. Like she said yes for the podcast without listening. She's like, oh, by the way, we're going.
No. Sameen, that's so funny. She just drags you into the
I was like, why did I listen to her? Like as right before the class happens, they're putting the mic and my heart is going like beating fast. And I was like, I'm going to kill her. Like, I don't know why I let her talk.
So
you would never know.
You would have
Before she was like,
never known.
Rimsha, we made a mistake. Is it too late to back out? Nobody's gonna sign up for the class. She's She's stressing me out. We're stressing each other out. And then I was like, wait.
She's like, if you bring it down one more time, she's like, stop it.
She was stressing me out. I had to have a serious phone call with her. I was like, Sameen, if you don't want to do this, tell me.
I was
But
like,
if you
I don't want to do
stop.
That was
She's like,
allowed.
not
Listen,
an option.
yeah, I know I said that, but I meant to say that you're doing it. But
Yeah.
honestly, you could not tell, and you guys
Okay,
did
good.
so
Fucking amazing.
good.
You guys did
It was
amazing.
so good, and it was so like inspiring. I was like, you're
Yes.
pregnant,
I
and you're
know.
doing this. You have 3 kids and a whole family and
Yeah.
dogs and a business. Like, you guys did so
Thank
so
you.
good,
Thank
explained it
you.
so well, had such great tips. It went amazingly.
Ask
Like,
Musa
so
how
proud
it was
of you
the
guys.
week before. I'm
Oh, yeah.
literally threatening to kill myself in the
Yeah,
water.
she's literally.
God,
I'm gonna
Rimsha.
kill myself and I'll kill you. Did you see
Just because he couldn't find or I was opening packages. I was like, don't talk to me. I'm a makeup masterclass. I'll kill myself before it otherwise.
You guys did so good.
Rimsha did that 30 some weeks pregnant.
Yeah,
I was
36.
36 weeks pregnant.
No.
Yeah, we were. I was just
Yeah.
like, please, like, just do not have the baby before the class.
Yeah.
Literally,
Honestly,
the class
I was
is
like,
over.
might be
You
today.
can have it.
Might be right now.
Yeah. Like literally, she's like, I can move this. I was like, no, you do not touch
Yeah.
anything. Don't do it. Just don't touch anything.
love
That's her dream. She's like, I didn't pick up anything.
Okay. So first question is, what was your worst client situation that you can remember?
Okay, right off the top of my head, I was working for like 16 hours at this point and I was exhausted. I didn't drink any water. I didn't have anything to eat. They didn't even have water. The hotel didn't have water. I couldn't step away. Everything was running late. It was a mess. And my client ordered food for everyone in the room, did not ask me. And in the middle of me doing her hair, she lifts up her half-eaten burger and says, do you want a bite? And I was like, no.
I wish you did.
I wish you remember who you are.
Who's yours, Sameen?
Oh my God, I had a client.
I love the story.
I had a client take a shower in my house, and I
A full ass bath, bro.
bath.
What I remember hearing
bath
about
in my house.
Just so you guys know, if you do weird shit, the artists are gonna tell each other you did weird shit.
Exactly. Like, come on, like that. Like, you know, I'm very accommodating, right? This lady, I'm doing one person, and she was supposed to be next, and she was like, I'll just use the bathroom. I was like, go for it, right? She's in the bathroom, and then I'm still doing this first person's hair, and I hear, oh, can you get a towel? And I thought, okay,
no way,
whatever.
there's no way.
I'm just like, you know, all over the place. I just run, I grab the towel. And she comes out like 5 minutes later with the towel wrapped around on her head and everything. She's like, yeah, I'm done getting. I was like, what the fuck? Did she just take a
She
shower?
thought this is like an all-service Pakistan salon.
God.
House,
You are products like that.
that's
Child's baby shampoo.
No,
I was
that's
like,
crazy.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God, that's a bad one.
That was
Okay.
it, yeah, but nothing else.
But nothing else. There's like 800 more. We'll get them for the next one. Okay, what makeup? Like, what part of the makeup do you think the other does best?
Eyes for Sameen.
Okay.
I love the way
I
you
was
do
gonna say your eyes too. I love
Really?
skin. I would say skin because I actually really like the way the glow still shows through, but it's full coverage.
Yes.
Which is exactly how you guys divided it up.
Literally,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
That is
was
exactly how they
like
did
that,
it.
yeah.
Biggest pet peeves about each other.
Her anxiety and her niceness. Like, dude, just lash out for once.
Yeah, just
You
say
know,
fuck
and
off
for
once in a
Rimsha,
while.
it's the fact that she lashes out so much. I gotta be like, all right, don't say that. We're about to get canceled. We're gonna get canceled. Don't say
Like,
that.
I hate that you have morals. It pisses me
Yeah.
off.
So funny, dude. Okay, best cost-effective. This is something somebody had asked. So best cost-effective like treatment for acne-prone skin for Rimsha, because Rimsha's also an esthetician, and then for you, best like makeup tip for acne-prone or textured skin.
Okay.
Honestly, go get any facial, any cleaning facial to get rid of any blackheads, any texture. It doesn't have to be a hydrofacial. It could be anything. And then just get good skincare. Spend your money on skincare. That's about it, pretty much.
Okay.
Okay.
I would say, you know, if you have bad skin, especially if it's acne, like for daily wear, don't do too many powders. It's going to make it look even more.
Yes.
Like try to keep it like less dewy. That would make it, it seems like this is less, but like spot correcting is better than adding a whole layer to your face when you have, you know,
That is true.
face that is
Yeah.
I have
acne-prone.
textured skin too, and I would agree. And also using lighter layers
Yes.
goes a long way. You don't have to like
You don't
create
have
a
to.
thicker.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, if you were stuck on an island, what top 3 products would you have? Like you would have to have with you.
Okay.
Sunscreen. A lota.
Makeup products.
I like the low touch.
You're on an island. There's water everywhere. Like,
Yeah, but what
But
if
a
you can
salty?
have
Yeah,
brain-eating
bacteria.
amoeba? Oh my God.
Right.
stop.
I
Yeah.
don't know, bro. Sunscreen.
That's it.
That's
You don't
it.
need any
Three
makeup.
products
Like,
that
you're
you
a makeup artist.
You don't want like blush.
Who's looking at me on a
You don't want blush. We were in Hawaii.
No,
You're in
because-
Hawaii.
Yeah.
What 3 products
Yeah,
did you
you're
take?
in Hawaii. 3 products.
Oh,
you
like
would
I'm not
need.
stranded?
No.
Like maybe you're stranded. Who gives a shit? You
Okay.
only have 3 products for the rest. Yes.
And mascara and sunscreen. Tinted.
That's it. Okay.
I don't want to be, but that's literally mine too.
Oh,
Amazing.
of course it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
then that's what we'll keep in our
yeah.
bag.
What is your makeup product that you have to have? I don't care how much it costs. I don't care if the tariffs make it $1 billion. I have to have it. I don't give a
Concealer.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good
Skin
one.
tint.
Skin tint. Okay. Like you don't care how expensive it is.
No,
You're like, I
yeah,
gotta.
skin tint.
For me, it's brushes. If brushes are expensive, I'm like, I don't care. I think the
That's
brush is gonna
cute.
worth it.
But I
what's
think I can
yours?
work with my fingers too.
Bring everybody but you.
I'm writing notes. I'm like, okay.
She's like, I'm not a makeup artist. That's what you're asking me.
Exactly. Oh, what is mine? I think I would say concealer too.
Okay.
Or like
Yeah.
foundation.
Yeah.
Okay, something that you used to do as a makeup artist that you don't do anymore that you're shocked you used to do.
Okay, don't cancel me for this. And this, maybe I shouldn't be too truthful right now, but I used to use dirty brushes on my clothes. I was
my God.
16.
Me too.
I didn't know hygiene. I know your ass is not talking.
I'm
I was
sorry.
16. Hygiene was not a thing. I learned, and all my brushes are very, very
It wasn't
clean
on
now.
purpose. You just like really didn't know how much you really needed to clean
and also,
brushes,
I'm
and you go back
doing
to
And
like
you're 16.
20 people
Yeah,
back
you
to
go
back,
back,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Okay,
I
that's
don't
sorry.
know. I honestly, I don't know
what has changed in your makeup technique that you're like, thank God I changed this, or like that I added this, or whatever.
You know what? I think like layering my eyes where they're not cakey, but they can like they still have that dimension.
Yeah, dude, that
Yeah.
was my favorite thing that I learned from you in the class. Okay, something that you're still learning and haven't mastered yet.
I would say how to get the eyes to really pop. Yeah, like Sameen does that really good. Yeah.
I feel like your eyes pop. Like to me,
Your
they
eyes do pop.
I don't know. I feel like when you do the shimmer, like I can't do that yet. Like I like how you do your eyes a lot.
What have I done better?
Oh, you told me time management.
Oh yes, absolutely. Time management.
Okay.
I have never been able to finish somebody's makeup like this. Like
Yeah.
30 minutes. Rimsha is really good with it. She's like, oh yeah, party makeup, I'll be done in 30 minutes. In my head, I'm like, an hour, and if I say hi to the person and talk, an hour and 15 minutes. Literally.
Valid.
Like if I can't like multitask. Like that was my issue with the class too. If I'm talking, I can't be doing and talking. So I feel like that would be mine. Like I need to be better at time management.
Perfect. Okay, so the last segment we do is Can I Be a Bitch? Just anything that you think of that's like a what the fuck do I feel like? I just want to be like a bitch about this because it annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah.
What's your Can I Be a Bitch? You want to start?
I will start.
Okay.
I will scream. No, I'm kidding. Can I be a bitch? Wash your hair. Please do not sit in a hairstylist's hair with dirty ass haldi mirchi namak in your hair, bro. Like, yes, we say hair should be a little dirty. I mean, like 1 day old. Like
1 or 2 day old.
not
That's it.
to the point where it's wet, where my curling iron is steaming and I can smell
An oily
the nasty,
scalp and the
oily-
smell.
It kills me.
Dude,
Just-
and your makeup art and your artist, no. Because when
Yeah.
your
Yes.
scalp is oily and smells, we're looking
Yep.
at each other like,
Like
it
you
ruins
can't
our
like, you're like, I
tools,
got one.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, don't ruin my tools, please.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, can I be a bitch? Like, do not tell me to go like 5 shades lighter than your skin tone. I don't like that. Like I don't want to post you because I feel like I'm setting a bad precedent, right?
Yeah.
So, and second, honestly, I have to add so much. Like I have to color correct and then I have to add another layer.
And then you look
another.
great.
You look great.
great.
And you have such a beautiful complexion just on
and
your
if you
own.
trust the artist, it actually
it
will
looks
be
beautiful.
beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
Amazing.
Do you have one?
Yeah, but mine's not anything necessarily too makeup related. No, you go first.
My Can I Be a Bitch is towards myself. When I was doing hair and makeup when I was younger, I would go and be like,
Oh, that's mine for you too. Nasty ass, dirty
okay,
ass.
I was really young. I've grown up a lot, but when I was young, I had a habit of just like, I didn't care if my clothes were old or I didn't care if I had like, I didn't care if I had like paint. Like, I just didn't give a shit. So I would go to clients, I would literally roll out of bed and I'd be like, hey,
Amna, she would have
here.
haldi on
Like
the
if I
side
did a
of her
face
That's
face.
what
mask.
she told me once.
No, she's being dramatic. If I had a face mask on and I washed my face, then when
Okay.
I would go to the client, Rimsha would be like, you fucking bitch, you have haldi. I'm like, I do.
I'm like, how do you
And
not?
she's like, why didn't you check? And I'm like, but we would go to
was
bed.
also 3
We
a.m.
would wake
client.
up,
Yeah.
we would roll out
It
of
was
bed, go to
horrible, yeah.
clients, and we would just do it back to back and rake in the
and you
cash
know what? Our
and be
clients
like,
looked great great. So
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
But it is a can I be a bitch for myself, because now that I'm a grown adult and my frontal lobe has developed, don't show up to someone's house like that. Are you crazy?
I feel like the judge right now. You guys are like, and she would, and I'm like, that's crazy. You shouldn't have done that. Okay, my can I be a bitch for makeup artists is,
I'm scared.
Oh shit.
is don't come in being a bitch. Because I had a makeup artist when I was trying to get an artist for my wedding. I called her. She was available, but she was like, but I like to see if I vibe with my clients. And then I kind of pick my clients based off of if we vibe together. So now I'm like, we're on a date. Like, I didn't know I was
You're
on a
like,
date.
I gotta be on my best behavior.
I'm auditioning for my wedding makeup.
I was like, are you available? I'm okay with the cost.
What do you mean
let's do
vibe?
this.
Like,
so I didn't like that tone that was set. And then even then, so if I've never had too bad of an experience, but having makeup artists that are there and they're just like, they give off this aura that like
we're the best.
Like this is like a pro bono charity work that I'm doing.
Yes.
And I'm like, we don't have to talk, we don't have to do anything, but don't come in like I have to impress you.
Yeah.
Service to me.
Exactly.
That's weird. So that's
as a makeup artist, you want to create an experience for your client,
especially if it's their wedding day.
To when you leave, that they should be happy. With all aspects.
You can tell when someone likes what they're doing.
So thankfully for big events, I haven't had that issue, but I have had that for like smaller events.
Like for makeup artists, be humble.
Yeah.
That's all.
Sit down.
That's it. Be nice.
Okay. That wraps up our episode.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Honestly, this went by too fast.
It was not scary. I thought it would be.
It was good. That makes me happy. That makes me so happy. How'd you feel?
Amazing.
Okay, guys.
This was so much fun. Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you guys for joining. Go check out Rimsha and Sameen. Go look at all the things they post. They post all their makeup looks. Look out for their next masterclass and Rimsha's baby. Oh, yes. We don't have to put this in, but someone was asking if you would reveal the gender of your baby.
You know, I've been telling people personally, but like people are so fucking weird on the internet that after I have the baby, I will let you know.
Okay, she said fuck off. So, thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and subscribe and do all the things, and we'll be back next week.
Yeah. And now